Patrick Roche, guys. Patrick Roche.
Dear Andrea, my eyes stayed open when we kissed so I could look at other boys. Sorry. Dear Brandon, you were perfection in cleats and shin guards. Straight boy crushes never end well. Dear Will, you were disgusted when I came out to you, but not when the girls dared us to kiss 3 months before. Dear Jonathan, I was curious. You were now the second straight boy I kissed. Dear Joe, I would have been too young for you. I probably still am. Dear Matt, it took 6 hours for you to stop asking me hypothetical questions. Dear Matt, you were my first real kiss. First real other things, too. Dear Chris, thanks for letting me wear your jacket. And thanks for those pictures. Dear Fernando, your English wasn't very good, but I'm pretty sure they have a word for stalker in Spanish. Stop. Dear Rich, same as Fernando. Dear Nicole, no, you cannot try to turn me. Dear Mark, I never wanted to pretend. I hear you still do. Dear Shane, didn't learn my lesson about straight boys. Dear Kevin, you were a good first boyfriend. An Amanda Seyfried movie will never be a good first date. Dear Kevin, I thought you had grown up. I thought I had too. Dear Kevin, as we lay in your bed with nothing on but your stereo, I already knew I would leave you. Dear Matt, this time I hadn't broken up with Kevin yet. Dear Kevin, I never told you. I'm sorry. Dear Matt, you didn't tell me you still had a girlfriend. Dear Nick, you are the reason I do not try for religious men anymore. Dear Cameron, you called me a stud. Really? Dear Matt, it's 2 a.m. Stop texting me. You still have a girlfriend. Dear Nick, I asked you out over text, which, wasn't my brightest move. Dear Tyler, we were wearing the same jeans when we met. Started flirting, lost touch for 2 years. Dear Nick, at least you let me down easy. Dear Matt, I'm on a train. Stop texting me. I cannot afford to get an erection right now. Dear Garrett, it would have been unprofessional and inappropriate. Dear Nick, I thought I was in love with you. Dear Tyler, that afternoon in your bed was the perfect surprise. Dear Matt, stop texting me. You still have a girlfriend. Dear Tyler, we need to stop with the texts. You have a boyfriend. Dear Matt, I will not be that boy anymore. Dear Tyler, I will not be that boy anymore. Dear Jake, you changed everything. Dear Jake, I asked you out last year. You said, maybe. I hate that word. Dear Jake, stop talking to me about a girl. Stop talking to me about a boy. Just stop. Dear Jake, I've written poems about you. I've never used your real name, not even in this one. Dear Jake, I fell in love with you more and more after every walk for a year. Dear Jake, you are more than hot chocolate and gummy bears. You are more than superhero debates and YouTube binges. You're more than the kiss in my room you broke down crying after because you were so confused. You know that I'm still in love with you. You know that I'm trying to get over it. You've stayed my friend anyway. Dear Jake, you are the reason I should not go for walks anymore. I keep falling in love with footprints. Thank you. All right. So my second poem is one that I hope no one in here can relate to, but realistically, some of you may, and hopefully it means something good. This is instructions on having the perfect panic attack. Find a trigger, a job interview, the claustrophobia of mass transit, deciding what to have for dinner. It will help if you have a chronic condition, severe depression, an anxiety disorder, asthma. This is ideal, but may not be possible for everyone. Make do with what you have. The body will instinctively revert to its most primal state, fearing for your life. Your sympathetic nervous system will activate your fight or flight response in the face of this perceived danger, this decision between Chipotle and Chinese food. The body can only panic for a maximum of approximately 20 minutes. Follow these instructions closely to make the most of this time. Your breathing is the only part of this process you can control. Do not. This would drastically shorten the attack. Focus on the constricting of your ribcage, on your drum major heart conducting this frantic march. Mistake this for a heart attack or a stroke. If successful, you may lose control of your extremities. The caveman in your limbs will tense every muscle to flee his predator. Your arms and legs will go numb. starting at your hands and feet. Every twitch and tingle and attempt to run for your life. Stay in place. Do not go for a walk. Do not call your friends. Do not call your mother. Do not call your psychiatrist. Do not call an ambulance. By now, you should be in a full panic. Hyperventilation, cutting off oxygen to your brain. You will feel faint, become certain of your own death. Do not call your friends. Do not call your mother. Do not call your psychiatrist. A panic attack is a remarkably solitary experience. The presence of another person could have a calming effect and cut the attack short. Resist the temptation to fumble a hand through the desk drawer for the medication you have been prescribed for this. Instead, locate the toolkit your grandfather gave you 3 years ago when he told you, "I'm giving you this so you can fix anything." Place it on the desk, open it, steady your right hand long enough to grasp the box cutter. Note how close the blood vessels lie beneath the sheets of your skin. Place the blade of the box cutter to the snare drum in your wrist. At this point, your panic attack may begin to ebb. The body can only panic for a maximum of approximately 20 minutes. As you regain mobility, find a bottle of water to hydrate yourself, drop the box cutter into the garbage can, return the toolkit to the desk drawer, distract yourself with a walk or a TV show. Your body will assume it has survived for another day. Until the next trigger, at which point you will repeat the process. But do remember, you are not having a heart attack. You are not dying. The body can only panic for a maximum of approximately 20 minutes, and in that time, every piece of you, every basic, primal piece of you is screaming for you to survive. Thank you.
We've got it.